What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome. It has been a while since I've been here. If you know me, if you know what I do, if you've been around for a while, you've probably been witnessing me react to a lot of different interesting music over the last couple of years, but I haven't been doing too much Pakistani music. Pakistani music takes a bit of an investment, emotional, almost even physical. It's kind of a lot to dive into since it's not my native tongue. The lyrics are spoken into, and it can be a little confusing and a little jarring sometimes. And oftentimes, the music has put me in this wildly, weirdly profound headspace that I kind of just like to sit and meditate on for a while. So it's been a while since I've dove back into Pakistani music, but today I'm here to restart my journey, to re-dip my feet in. And this is just the most recent song that somebody requested from me. It's called Conga. And bear with me while I probably butcher these people's names, and I mean no disrespect. It's just my tongue and mouth. It just doesn't make these sounds very easily. Actually, this seems pretty easy. Farid, Azza, and Abu Muhammad. This is from season 4 of Coke Studio Pakistan. Coke Studio is incredibly impressive. I don't know why we don't have a Coke Studio in America, but it's wildly impressive. So we're going way back to 14 years ago. And hey guys, before I start this video, I'm gonna ask you a quick little favor. If you know of any other artists that I should be checking out from Pakistan, some really interesting music, please share it with me in the comments. In the past, people have been really kind with sharing music from Coke Studio, Nescafe Basement, and other wild and weird YouTube pages. And I'd love for you guys to do that again. So if you have some time, if you're feeling kind, if you wouldn't mind sharing this gift with me, music that you appreciate and that I can experience for the first time, I would truly appreciate it. And if you guys are new around here, please consider the liking, the subscribing, all that YouTuber stuff. That also helps me out a lot. But what do you say we just pull this up and we check it out for the first time, shall we? My mind, body, and soul is ready. Let's get into it. Oh, this one is 16 minutes long. All right, buckle up. Let's get into it. The harmonies are already intoxicating. I'm turning this up. get some power.
Sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama saga saga tanga magama sagama 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 magasa sagama magasa sagama da 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 mama mama ga ga sa sagama da ni da ni da da ka ta ni ni da ta ma ma ga.
Sure, let's get jazzy. Why not? Wait, that little scatting thing he was just doing wasn't actually just lyrics? I thought they were like saying stuff. I just couldn't follow along, and I was just following the melody. Apparently, there's no actual lyrics to this song until we reach the 5-minute mark. But goddamn, it's taken me on a journey. I hate pausing. I'm so sorry, but that just kind of blew my mind. All right, I've heard the word bracelet, and this guy is begging him. And I guess while I have your attention here now, I like the dichotomy of these two working together. There's some really interesting tones and frequencies going back and forth. At times it's playful, at other times it seems more aggressive. Some great raps to it. And as far as the melody is concerned, at least from some of the acoustic guitar and the piano, and I guess some of the drumming too, it has like this old school jazzy, almost like I guess like kind of like retro rock type of feel to it, which is kind of cool because it like hypnotizes you. It takes you on this trance. It takes you like into like this journey of like these vocalized arpeggiated melodies they're just doing back and forth, which apparently they're not saying anything, but it slowly builds. And then once we finally get those dramatic cymbal crashes and everything, I got some really cool classic rock vibes. All right, let's take this back just a little bit, and I won't pause again. That just kind of blew my mind. What is so special about this bracelet? just pop it off. Person's name is Rake. Damn, the fill work is incredible. Man, it's incredibly stable. This guy still wants his bracelet back? The fuck is a dandy lover? Okay. Well, it feels like we just kind of went on a little journey there, didn't we? I mean, what do you even say to that? I've been, for the past couple of years, I've been like doing reactions to videos that are like 2.5 minutes long. So that was a little bit different there. It was long, but I feel like it kind of, it at least took me to some really cool places. Let's talk about it here for a second. Okay, so if I remember correctly, a lot of the music that when I covered Pakistani music revolved around love. It revolved around what people will do for their loves and how much they'll sacrifice for them and how like it like what they're basically them trying to find their kindred spirit. And once they do, it somehow just makes them whole, which is it's kind of cool because it doesn't matter like what culture you're from or wherever you are, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, like we're all human. We all kind of want those same fundamental things. And I thought that was really cool. But this one seems to have a bit of a different twist to it. I think this one, it has an essence of love to it, but I think these people are pissed. I mean, I might be completely reading this wrong, but there's not too many lyrics to go off of. It seems like they thought that they had somebody. They thought that they had like the right person, but they were kind of giving them the cold shoulder, and they gave everything to this person. They even said they gave their life and their faith and everything. And at the end of the day, after getting the cold shoulder for so long, they wanted their bracelet back. I don't know if like in Pakistani culture, like a bracelet means maybe like kind of how rings are here or something for like marriage. So maybe that's what it is, or maybe the bracelet has some kind of other symbolic meaning. I'm not sure, but this guy really wants his fucking bracelet back. And he just talked about it for 16 minutes. So I hope he got it back. I hope that's at least something that happened. Sonically, this is wild, man. It's that this is one of the cool things that I miss about doing this style of music is just like the tones and the textures and what I'm calling that scatting effect, which sounds like that arpeggiated voice melody that they do. It just shows so many different variants in tones and texture and back and forth and reintroduces and acclimates us to like previous melodies, but just like in a more intricate and intertwined way as a song moves forward. There are definitely a lot of returning themes to the song, especially with what I'll call the chorus, that one kind of like, old school kind of rock type of hook to it, which is cool. Personally, I think that part is a little too repetitive. There's a lot of really cool musicianship happening here, and I wish that part was just a little bit more experimental. I wish they just kind of they just went in a different direction for that one. But that's not the theme of the song. That's not the theme of like what a 17-minute song is trying to do. If you're going to sit down and you're going to listen to a song of this magnitude, you're going to need to have some anchor points. You're going to need to have some references to go back and forth because vocally what's happening here, it's hard to tie it down and hold it to one specific melody or structure because it is so all over the place. And that's what kind of makes it fun. A few times too, listening to this, like there was these cool harmonies that were happening and these like accent harmonies that they were doing with each other in a way that seemed kind of like playful, but also kind of like cynical at times. It had like rage to it, but it also had like a warm embrace to it. There's a lot of really cool voice acting, or what I'm going to call voice acting in this. I think it was pretty neat. But since there's so many different variances and melodies coming from what they're doing vocally, I suppose sonically, where the rest of the band thinks need to be a bit more grounded. The bass line was really cool. It had this awesome walking bass that really just kind of held the whole thing together. Very, very simple, but it was so warm. It gave us some great texture and everything. I like the live claps of everything. I was a little, I was a little worried about the drum set at first because I'm like, ah, shit, they're using an electronic kit, which can be a bit off-putting, especially when there's like so many different like organic tones and harmonies and stuff happening. Sometimes if it doesn't have like that classic rock hit to it, it can just sound a bit jarring and a bit off. But the tone of the whole thing had that classic, rock hit to it, which was pretty cool, I guess, without being too synthesized in any kind of way. I did notice that he did have some actual organic cymbals behind him, and I'm not sure if he used it. The camera wasn't showcasing it, but they did a great job with the sound design with picking the actual drum sounds. The bongos, oh God, I forget what they're called. I had like a deep lesson in the difference in the variances of Pakistani style and Indian style drums, and just basically what they meant for texturally for the song and how it just added something different. And I forget pretty much all of the names. I'm sure as I continue to do this and moving forward, I'll start to remember that and be able to talk more about that. But that was really cool. But the collapse was really neat. Even the background vocals from the ladies, like it didn't really feel like I could actually hear what they were doing. Maybe they were working off of some of those rich harmonies that were coming through. Because oftentimes it just felt like they were going back and forth, and there was just like this conversation in a different language that I couldn't understand happening. But that wasn't the case at all. It was more just scatting, I believe. And but maybe when they came together and they actually had these cool harmonies, which changed quite often. There wasn't like any kind of massive peak in the harmony where we were brought back to that one place. The harmonies happened fairly sporadically. And when they did, they were in oftentimes in different tones, which was, enough to keep things interesting and moving forward. But yeah, I thought the girls did a good job with, I guess, keeping things minimal, letting the men take the front stage here, and maybe possibly just adding a little bit of possibly some underlying falsetto to like the main dominant baritone mix from the dudes. I guess if that's what I was to guess what would happen, but I couldn't really hear them, so I can't really talk too much on that. The acoustic guitar and the piano was awesome. It was jazzy at times. It felt kind of playful. The piano was interesting too because it had this interesting sustain to it. It just wasn't like those lower keys, like a lower E or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the key, but it was just kind of like bass, like just kind of rubbing. How do I say this? Like it wasn't quite sustained, but it did have some sustain to it. It was just kind of like they kept pushing it just to kind of give us like this wah effect on the piano. Which was kind of cool, but it was pretty predominant in the mix, and it was pretty much like just the entire way through the song. And I'm like, what the hell is that piano doing? And it wasn't until we went up the scale a little bit there that we started to see some variants from that as well, and got a little more playful with the guitar. But it added like this like almost drone effect, but with an organic instrument. Yeah, I think the guys did a really cool job. I'm surprised by the tones. I'm surprised by the melodies. I'm surprised by the shifting in pitch and everything. And as far as like songs go, this is kind of what I miss about Pakistani music is like when you listen to a song, here's like a small little part of it, and then it just kind of ends abruptly, and you're just kind of left with whatever. Like you gotta like buckle in for some of this music. Like you gotta like be prepared to like sit down and be ready to hear something that you don't normally hear every single day, which is what excites me. And really just like embrace the journey. Just put your head down. Just like keep an open mind, keep an open heart, go into it and try and figure out what the hell these people are talking about. What is the message here and what is happening? Because when it comes to Coke Studio and a lot of these artists and Nescaf Basement, like these people have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. And on top of that, the musicianship is always top notch. This is an older one. I can't wait to check out some of the newer stuff. I think Coke Studio has some newer jams out, a newer season or something. I'm going to check out and see which ones I've missed, but maybe I'll do the whole thing again. We'll do an entire season again, like a little series here on maybe YouTube or Patreon or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I can't wait to get back into it. Like I said before, guys, like and subscribe if you're new here. Check out the Discord if you want to recommend something specifically to me and get my mods kind of in contact with me and make things actually happen. Check out the Patreon if you want to help keep the lights on around here. And I also do live streaming on Twitch. We do live reaction shows every Wednesday. So if you got something you want me to hear that week, jump on Twitch on Wednesdays, man. Share something cool with us. We're a cool group of people that have pretty open minds, and we're willing to check out anything. But guys, that's going to do it for me here today. Hopefully you enjoyed hanging out for a bit, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.